Good morning, boys and girls. It's Tuesday. It is really, really lousy outside, raining like crazy. That's a good day just to stay in and play with a bunch of your musical toys. I think I'm going to do that later on today after I post some musical activities. First of all, it's great to see how many of you have been checking out these guitar lessons and just guitar things. You know, even if you don't have a guitar, I thought I would put these on there and show you some different aspects about playing guitars and how you make sounds with amplifiers and things like that. Now, if you'd like to be able to make a sound like that, there's a couple of ways you can do that and rock out, okay? I have two amplifiers over here. The top one here is a little old Supro amp. It's only it's about 4 or 5 watts. It has very, very little power. And this is meant just pretty much as a practice amplifier. So if I'm going to be playing in the basement here and I don't want to bother the people upstairs, now if I want to make it a little bit louder, something happens with this amplifier because it only has a small circuit in there. If I turn it up, it ends up doing this. It overdrives. What happens is all the electronics in here, these are old tubes. I like old amplifiers, as you can probably tell. And what will happen is the electrical signal gets too big for the speaker to handle and some of the other electrical components, so it gets fuzzy sounding. And guitar players and musicians thought that that was a real cool sound a long time ago. Now, to be able to achieve that on this amp, I just turn it up louder, okay? Now, this big amp down here, this is my Fender Pro Reverb. That big amp I use with my band when I play out in large rooms. Now, I can do the same thing with that amplifier, but that amplifier is 40 watts. The top one's only 4. So if I wanted to do that and get that same type of sound out of this amplifier, everybody would go deaf. Unless we were in maybe like Blue Cross Arena. It would really hurt. So I don't want to do that. So to be able to get that type of tone, we use effects pedals. This right here is a distortion pedal. This was made right here in Rochester. A couple guys from Rush Henrietta at my high school, they started this company. I think they started in their basement or the garage or something, and they sold millions of these. And what this will do is this will electronically take the signal from the guitar, from this cord, and there's little circuits in here, and it'll make it much, much stronger than it's supposed to. And you can control how much of that by this knob here, and then the volume over here, and then the signal goes to the amplifier without killing our ears. So this is what this amp sounds like normally if I play it on maybe 2. Again, that's only on 2. One time I played a real big show, I played it on 5, and I wore earplugs, so that way we had hundreds of people, they could hear it, but it was loud. I don't usually like to do that. So if I want to get that real rockin' sound, I take this pedal, I turn it on, and now I can get more of that tone that I got from this one. Just like that. Now you can control how much of that fuzziness you want. Just want a little bit, you just adjust the knob. If you want a lot, you take that distortion knob, and it's not going to change the volume much, but it's going to change how distorted it is. Now you can buy, there's many thousands of these types of pedals that are out there. Some of them you can buy for 20, 30 bucks, maybe even cheaper online if you get them used. That'll make this type of tone and on up into hundreds of dollars, depending on what kind of tone you're looking for exactly. But you can buy one of these. If you have an electric guitar, you just get an extra cord, plug it in, and away you go. And then you can rock out, and you won't hurt anybody. Now, to be able to play what I did, we use what's called a power chord. And you only need 2 fingers to be able to do this. You need your index finger, and then you need your ring finger. That's all you need, okay? First and third fingers. So what you do if you want to play something rockin' like that, In fact, we'll put this back on because that's fun sounding. Take your index finger, put it on the 5th fret. It's probably the second dot that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th fret right there. Okay? And then you take your ring finger and put it on the 7th fret, or 2 frets higher than your first finger. So this finger goes on the low string, 5th fret. Then you take your ring finger and you put it 2 frets higher. Now you're only going to play the lowest 2 strings. The thickest 2 strings are here. It's all you're going to play. Everything else you're going to leave alone. And your other fingers, they just kind of hang out. I usually take this finger and just rest it into my index finger. And once you get this position down, you can move it all around the neck. You can even shift it to the next set of strings. You can shift it over to the A string and the D string and just keep that same position. But again, only play the strings that your fingers are down on, and that's how you're able to get that sound. Those are called fifths. And I don't want to get into the theory of it because it gets a little complex there. Although 5th graders are going to learn about those in a couple of weeks with the pitches. But it's basically a power chord. You're just using 2 fingers. Put your finger down, 5th fret to start with. You can start in the 3rd, the 7th, wherever. But wherever you put your first finger down, go to the next thinnest string, 2 more frets up, 2 more frets higher, and you got that position. And somebody right now is probably writing a song out there using this. Maybe I will later today. So, go have fun with that. If you start to mess around with this, you get a guitar, post a little video. I'd love to see you. Everybody stay safe out there. I miss you. Watch the announcements tomorrow. You may see somebody very familiar. Take care.